Yogis. I'm going to give us about a minute to get started here on live. So go ahead and grab a notebook, a pen, a scarf, and I will meet you here in about a minute. So let's get started. Yay, you can see me. And I have the comment section open on Facebook too, so if you have any questions or comments throughout the video today, I am officially online. So welcome. I'm so happy to see all of you this morning. I'm Kelly. I'm going to be guiding us through this 8 to 9 a.m. slot. And we have meditation, stretching, journaling, and a bit of a perspective shift that we are looking for when we tap into our meditative state. So like I said, you are going to need a notebook and a pen. We will journal throughout our time with one another. You may have also noticed that I am sitting in a chair. Yogi's choice, how you would like to be seated today. I do suggest being in a seat. You can stay on your couch, or you can take a different chair, so long as you have a range of motion. For some of us, that takes more planning than others because I have a very large wingspan. So once you find your seat, you'll take your scarf or your yoga strap if you have one, and you're just going to measure that you can fit where you are. The last thing that you want to worry about when you are focusing on your meditation and on your breath work, your pranayama, is taking up too much space or being worried about smacking into something. We try to turn off that internal chatter the best that we can. Perfect segue into internal chatter. Today's meditation is going to be focused on anxiety. Curbing your anxiety, acknowledging your anxiety, as I am an anxiety connoisseur. I'm very well versed in the world of anxiety through life experience and otherwise. And so I'm really grateful that you have taken the time to stop, drop, and meditate and find yourself on this video with me here today. So I would love to start with acknowledgement of how amazing you are, that you have noticed that you are in need of a meditation and you have plugged yourself here. If you have been feeling anxious recently, you are not alone. Our physical and mental body have a lot of communication with one another during this isolated and stagnant time. So we will focus a lot on how to stop our anxiety in our tracks and move forward. So let's get started for practice today. Go ahead and bring the soles of your feet on the floor, clear your lap, and focus on your lower back for a moment. If you would like to recline, on your exhale, breath out, sit back, relax. But if you are ready to work on a strong core today, inhale, suck in the stomach, keep your spine nice and long, and dramatically puff up your proud chest. Your palms are turned face up because we are ready to receive. A little tuck of your chin in towards the chest. Let's arrive to our practice space. Close your eyes. Relax through your jaw, your forehead, shoulders, belly. Soften how you're closing your eyes. Take the tension out of your forehead. Tension out of your wrists and your forearms. Tension out of your feet and your thighs. We honor the sacred stillness as you feel one, as you feel at peace, grounded, whole. Big inhale, dramatic breath in, and open mouth. If you feel yourself overheating this morning, breath in and open mouth. Just like a window or a door, we've got to open it to let out the heat. And if you are feeling a bit chilly this morning, be proud that you've noticed. You're going to be breathing in and out through your nose for the remainder of class today. We focus on a breath technique called Nadi Shodhana. Some of you might be familiar with Nadi Shodhana. It is alternate nostril breathing. And I'll tell you what, when I first learned about this style of breath work in my yoga teacher training at Hapa many moons ago, I remember thinking, do you really think plugging my nose is going to help my anxiety? Do you think that breathing through one nostril is going to make all of my problems go away? I think this is a pretty natural response to stress management, breath work, and meditation, because it's so simple that it's almost unbelievable that it would work, especially when we can have such intense and intricate ways to curb our anxieties in this modern world. How amazing it is that we can turn to something so simple, and it's almost unbelievable how simple it is. That's always been my perspective on this breath work. Every time I have practiced this breath work, I get chills all down my body, and I feel like I've inhaled like a mentholated, like I have like spiritual mouthwash running through my face. It's very invigorating, very sensational, and it really does help channel and change the synapses of the brain. I have some really cool images to share later when our video is through of some of my favorite artistic expressions of Nadi Shodhana. So our first round of alternate nostril breathing we will take with our right hand, and you are going to have a goal to bring your index and middle finger down so that you have your ring and pinky finger sticking off to one side, and your thumb is erect. Now, this takes a lot of hand dexterity, and I'm actually quite surprised at how well I am doing because I have been practicing. If you feel uncomfortable, not at ease, your fingers are unhappy here, just take a shaka. Do your pinky, your thumb, kind of like a hang loose. That will do. If you're able to bring these two fingers together, you will bring your hand up towards your face, and if you have the luxury, pause the video and wash your hands if you know that they are unclean or they're feeling a bit clammy. Go ahead and give them a wash. And we will be starting by inhaling through the right nostril. We exhale through the left. We inhale through the left and out through the right. It is a bell curve in which we go back and forth. We undulate. If you lose your place while doing this breath work, congratulations, you are truly trying and challenging yourself. Very common. Do your best. Join me when you're able to. Take your thumb. Go ahead and leave it open off the side of your nose. You're going to take your ring finger and you're going to press it into your left nostril. If you'd like to keep watching me, you've got sleepy eyes, so try relaxing your face as you bring your ring finger to your left nostril. Inhale through the right. Exhale through the left. Thumb closes the nostril. Inhale, breathe through the left. Close. Exhale through the right nostril. Inhale right. Exhale through the left. Inhale left. Close with the ring finger. Exhale right. Inhale right. Close. Exhale left. Inhale left. Close. Exhale right. Inhale right. Close. Exhale left. Inhale left. Close. Exhale right. Inhale right. Close. Exhale left. Inhale left. Close. And exhale right. Let your hand rest on the top of your thighs and feel the sensations of your first round of Nadi Shodhana. Any noticeable differences in your body? Go ahead and open the eyes. We take one more full round. We always finish on this right nostril, the right hand that we're working with. So let's say we inhale right and exhale left. We got to come back to the right before we leave. The door is on the right side. So we're going to inhale left and come back to right so that we have a full and complete journey of the breath. So go ahead, off you go. We take another full round. So that'll be a count of 4 to 8. You're going to bend at the fingers, take your ring finger, plug your left nostril. Let's do it. Inhale through the right. Close. Exhale through the left. Inhale through the left. Close. Exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Gently close. Exhale through the left. Inhale through the left. Close. Exhale through the right. Release your hand. See how you did. A few notes to mention here. How hard are you pressing your nose? What's lovely about me recording myself here is that I can later go and take a look at how hard I'm pressing my nose. If the cartilage of your nose is moving in the other direction, then a great part of your breath work is going to be much more gentle with yourself. It is a great window into the soul to see how you treat yourself during your pranayama. Another note is that this breath work can often make you feel a bit dizzy or lightheaded. Let's say that's the case. At any point in practice today, this breath work has unlocked something that causes you to ground. You're going to need to take a wider stance and drop your head in between your legs. This doesn't happen often, but let's say it does. We must be prepared, yogis. So keep your back nice and long, catch your breath, look down towards the floor. Let's hold this light fold. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Sit up tall. Now you have an exit strategy. Go ahead and bring your feet together to touch. Palms will turn face up, and now we focus on stretching our neck. Let's undo all of that tech time that we've had on our devices. Drop your ear down to one shoulder and hold. While you're still here, we bring in breath to movement. So you're going to breathe out, you're going to take your chin and imagine it tapping your right shoulder. As you inhale, your chin is going to look up. As you exhale, chin down to the shoulder. We're taking 2. And 1. Back to center we go. Why do we focus on the breath work so much? It is impossible to hold a random train of thought in your brain while focusing on your pranayama at the same time. Your pranayama consumes every part of your mind. And so, yes, it can be boring at times, but it is your sole focus when we're working on Nadi Shodhana and Ujjayi pranayama, which is breath to movement. Look at all of this magical Sanskrit breath that you do naturally. So from your seat, drop your left ear down. Start here. If you have a loved one that can stand behind you and press down on your shoulders while you're doing this, amazing. Highly suggest. Mimic the other side. So breath out, chin down to the shoulder. Inhale, chin turns up to the sky. Exhale, chin down. Breath in, chin up. Exhale, chin down. One more. And back to center we go. Go ahead and reach for your strap or your scarf or your kitchen hand towel. That will do. And we are going to start shoulders width distance apart. So how to check? Not wider than shoulders width if you're able to reel it in. Lean back, sit up nice and tall. Your hands are going to be pointing in the same direction as your knees. And then look at this measurement, become familiar with it. Grab your strap, your scarf. It's a lovely grip, not a grip of death, a grip of life as you hold on to your scarf. And then lightly pull. This light pull is holding you accountable, and it should actually make holding your arms in front of you a bit easier. Pull, pull, then inhale, arms will sweep overhead. As you exhale, hands drop down. Get used to relaxed shoulders here. So when you inhale, don't shrug and lift, but rather inhale, shoulders stay. Exhale, hands down. Breath in, hands up, pull. Exhale, hands down. Inhale, scarf up. We're taking a turn. You're going to lightly arc yourself to one side and turn your chin up to your elbow. Your feet, your booty must stay the same on the floor. Keep pulling the scarf. Come back to center. Big inhale. Switch sides, unclench your toes, look up. Back to center we go. Breathe in, exhale, hands down. We're gonna widen our stance now. So you can slide your hands to the edge of your scarf. I have very tight shoulders, so I need just about the whole scarf to do this. I'll demo these first few rounds. You're going to try it out and then adjust as needed. Take your scarf and go ahead and drop your strap behind you and find your range of motion here. If you're unsure or if you're not feeling a challenge, then you're going to need to shorten your stance. And every so often, you will become more flexible and you'll need to reassess. So once you find the range of motion that works for you, you can also roll up a few times with the hands. Yogi's choice. Breath in to lift overhead and exhales to drop the scarf down. We're going to take 5 all together. This is at your pace. Be gentle with the face. Mindful. You might notice I wear scarves often. I'm a recreational scarf wearer, and it's because I like having a yoga prop with me everywhere. Yes, I use my scarf as a tool no matter where I go. It's very helpful. It's also an instant meditation cushion if you ever need to sit down on the earth and you need a little support. Always keep a scarf with you. Last one here. We'll meet with the arms overhead. You're still pulling nice and taut. You should feel a little bit of fatigue now. We're going to take our turns. So keep your cheeks on your chair. Look up towards your hand. Soaring eagles here. 3, 2, and 1. Back to center we go. We're taking our turn. Switch sides. Hand drops down to the floor. Chin lightly looks up, suck in your navel. 3, 2, and 1. Back to center we go. When we start journaling, I would love you to continue your yogic meditative seat while you reflect. So you will choose how you'd like to cross the legs today. Full expression, right leg is on top of the left, and then you'll find yourself nice and balanced. If you need different sensation, go ahead and take a figure 4. Your foot is relaxed, your knees dropping down to the mat. You're going to need your pen and paper. Go ahead and grab them. I always encourage having a notebook with you in class because you never know when thought is going to strike you and you need to stop, drop, and take a note. So don't be shy to do that here. It is a great skill to learn in this virtual environment because you can just pause me. Press the space bar if you need to go to the restroom, you know, all the things. Go ahead and grab your notebook. The first prompt that I'm going to ask you this morning is, how will I show myself kindness today? I'll repeat it again. How will I show myself kindness today? Take a few moments to jot this down. Last few moments to jot down how you will show yourself kindness today. Also, you can contemplate if this was an easy question for you to answer or if it was difficult. Sometimes it's not the actual answer that is the prompt, but rather how easily accessible some of these things are to us. If you're sitting here going, I do not know how to show myself kindness today, then start by being proud that you have shown up right here to this live meditation, because that is showing yourself a form of kindness. Another thing that you can write down is to practice breath work before you eat all of your meals today, so that you can feel a little bit more tapped into the present moment and to enjoy the gift that all of our meals truly are. Let's go ahead and release this crisscross position. So you're going to take your cross leg, let it go. Any wiggles you might need. Let's switch sides. Take the same pose that you did on the other side. Notice the difference if one's a bit tighter than the other. Your next prompt that you will reflect on. I want you to write down everything that you're worried about. And you're like, I need more than an hour for that. Go ahead and do your top 5 today. Write down everything that you are worried about today. What worries you? What afflicts you? What are you concerned about? Last few moments here, go ahead and jot down the things that have been giving you anxiety recently that you are ready to let go of. Write them down, make them real, put them on paper. Okay, you have jotted down your anxieties. I hope that your anxieties list is not longer than the kindness that you're going to show yourself today. But if it is, no worries. We will continue with these prompts. So wrap up your thoughts. How are you going to show yourself kindness today? And what are you most worried about? Then you're going to take your journal, set it off to the side and open for now, because we'll continue to explore and work off of these prompts and build on to them as we continue. So uncross your legs, go ahead and set your writing materials on the floor. From here, let's stand up. Press into your feet, come up into a seat, extended mountain pose, draw your halo, arms reach up and overhead, take a few swivels. I always encourage standing up if you're able to do so. Grateful to breathe in, thrust the hips forward, and then exhale back into your seat. so that we may proceed. Go ahead and take your right hand, reach it forward. Left hand is going to reach back. I like to hold on to the edge of my chair to hold me accountable. Gently grasp and breath out. Look over your left shoulder. Hold. 3, 2, and 1. Look back to center. Reach both arms forward. Try not to let them tap down as we work through this with one another. Relax your shoulders. Right hand reaches back. Suck in your navel and look over your right shoulder. 3, 2, and 1. Back to center we go. Reach your arms up and overhead. Breathe in. Hands down. Breath out. Just 2 more. And we'll release the hands and open up into a wide stance. I'm going to open my left leg off to the right because that works better for me. You're looking for a right angle. So look down, try and even yourself out on the legs. You're bringing your ankles right underneath your knees and you're peeling them open. From here, nice and tall, interlace your hands onto the back of the head. This might be plenty of sensation for you. You're not sticking your booty out. Scoop your tailbone. As you exhale, drop your elbow down to one side and hold. Still breathing while you hold the pose. Press into your right foot. Inhale back to center. Exhale, drop the elbow down. 3, 2, and 1. Back to center we go so that we can fold forward. Breath out. Keep a long spine. Hinge forward. Suck in the stomach. Look down at the mat. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Sit up tall, release your hands onto your thighs, and Yogi's choice. If you need to go a little bit deeper, you are going to reach for your strap so that we can build on. If that was plenty of sensation for you, hands onto the back of your head will alternate side to side. So go ahead and take your scarf, bring it up and overhead, pull nice and tight, breathe in. As you exhale, one hand drops down. You should feel a very lovely stretch right away. You're stretching from your right hip to your right rib. Lean back. Come back to center. That's your inhale. Breath out to switch sides. Unclench your teeth. Back to center. We breathe in. Let's tick and talk. 2 more rounds. And release. So we'll let the strap go, close the legs back to center. Why am I focusing so much on our upper body? A couple of reasons. All of these poses can be taken in a chair, and I highly encourage you to stop, drop, and yoga next time you are sitting at your dining room table with your family or working at a desk. But also, we hold so much of our anxiety from the root up. We rarely feel anxiety in our feet and our legs and our backside, but it does happen. Most of us carry our weight of our anxieties in our gut, in our shoulders, and in our head. So it's really important to unlock all of those parts of the body. We're always talking about that mind and body connection. If your mind is anxious, it is going to remember the muscle memory that tightens your physical body when you're anxious. And vice versa. If you're physically tense from a workout, it can cause the synapses of your brain to make you anxious because your physical body is telling you this might be anxiety. So having that mindfulness, I want you to take a body scan, bring one hand on your heart and one hand on your stomach. Scan yourself and see, where are you holding your anxiety most in your body? Lightly close the eyes. Notice if your anxieties in your body are symmetrical. If you're tight on your left shoulder, are you equally as tight on your right? If your anxiety is in your low back, is it on your back side of your low back, or can you feel it on your front side? These kinds of thoughts, simple but easy to track day to day. You can start to feel where it's traveling through you. You can switch out the hands and take another full rounded body scan. Your jaw, your ribs, any shallow breathing, sore wrists, sweaty feet. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Fly the eyes open. You can release your hands for now on the tops of your thighs. Just a few more stretches for ourselves here. Arms overhead. You'll breathe in. Hands drop down. Breathe out. Left hand flies open. Breathe in. Hand closes. Breathe out. Moving meditation. Right hand opens. Exhale. Palm shuts. Arms overhead. Once more. Exhale. Hands down. Breath in. Left arm open. Exhale to close. Right hand opens. Breathe in. Hand closes. Breath out. Create a basket with your hands. Turn it inside out. Round your spine and push, push, push away. I'm going to turn to the side so that you can see my rounded spine. Hands push, belly button sucks in, look at your navel, really round your spine. As you inhale, you'll sit up tall, hands lift. As you exhale, make that curve in your back. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, round. Last one, breath in, reach. Exhale, round. From your tall seat, bring your hands onto the back of your head. Let's take a neck stretch. Your chin will round in towards the chest. Elbows will fly in towards one another. May you continue to breathe in this pose. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's release that grip on the back of the head. Go ahead and reach for your notebook as we continue on with our prompts for the day. You will need to reference your list of anxieties, so have those handy if you didn't forget about them. And then you're going to take a blank page of your notebook. I want you to take your pen and draw a line right down the middle of it. Okay? Cut your page in half. A blank, brand new, lovely page. At the top of your page, on the left side, things I can control. Other side, things I cannot control. What's lovely about working through these with one another is that the discussion and the writing of it that makes it real also helps us walk and talk through the anxieties. I often believe that when we're writing down the things we have control of and the things that we don't, we become a little bit more honest with ourselves and the control that we really do have over certain situations. Perhaps you've never asked yourself, what you have control over with your anxieties. So you're going to take your list of anxieties that you've written down, and we're going to go through each one together. And I guarantee you that half of the ones that I have written are probably the ones that you have written too. So the first one that I'm going to write down, I wrote down are my parents. So many of us are worried about our families during this time. And so things I can control and things I cannot control. The health of my parents and anything happening to them, or my greatest anxieties as I worry about my parents, really that's something that's out of my control. So I'm going to put my parents over in the category of things that I cannot control. And then I'm going to reflect on that. What do I have control over? I have control over how I speak to my parents, that I can call them every day and check on them. I can mail them things that they might need. These are things I have control over for my anxieties. So if something comes to mind, a to-do list of things that you can take action on, this is a great time to note what those things are. First anxiety, parents, cannot control. What can I control? My relationship with them, as far as bringing kindness to the table and making my presence known in their lives, okay? We're going to go to the next one, which I have written down, is finances. I'm sure all of you have something money related on here. It could be unemployment, it could be the stimulus, it could be your regular day-to-day. Whatever the money situation is, you're going to look down on the things that you can control. And I guarantee you, if it's pandemic related, you cannot control when this money is or is not coming, right? You don't have control over that. What do you have control over? Your relationship with that money, for sure. So being mindful in your spending habits, or focusing on cleansing and filtering through your finances, yes, those are things that you can do, but by and large, it's something that's out of your control. So start to go through your list. I'm going to give you a few moments to reflect on your own, and then we're going to wrap up with our final prompt of anxieties. So start your list, see what's in your power, see what needs to be let go. Last minute here for you to reflect. As always, if you have any questions, go ahead and send them, or let's start a conversation in the comments later. Happy to chat and share our anxieties as we work through them. One of the reasons why I share my anxieties with you is so that you have an example of a prompt that you can fill in the blank with your own anxieties. So as I reference the things that we've been talking about, use your creativity to plug in your truth from your page. The last one that I'm going to focus on is a clean house. I wrote one of my anxieties, one of the things that I'm worried about is the cleanliness of my home. Messiness is a huge trigger for anxiety for most people, and that is something I have complete control over. So that's something where it's going to be different for everyone. If you live with a bunch of people, if you live with your significant other and all of your kids or your parents, then a clean house is not necessarily in your control, but how you vocalize and how you move forward with having conversations with your family is a great way to start. So clean house, for me, that's completely in my control. As soon as I get off of this meditation video with you, I have homework to do. We call it homework, okay? My homework is to tackle the things that I can control, which would be the dishes, versus things I cannot control, whether my parents are going to be safe and healthy or not during this pandemic, right? Good examples of this living, breathing anxieties that take form in our body. Go ahead and wrap up the things you can and cannot control. And focus on that one small step that you can do to take action. If you have any action items, that's going to be your homework for the rest of the day. That homework is going to be the acts of kindness that you are giving to yourself throughout your day to have a sustainable and healthy, happy mental state for the rest of the day. I'm going to take your list and set it down for now. Once you have your prompts separated, anxieties on one side that you can handle, anxieties that aren't your business on the other side. We then continue with our Nadi, Shodhana. So clear your energy, clear your space, take a full round of breath, and open the door. And we take the left hand. We're going to be starting on the left nostril this time. A little bit different entry and exit way. Go ahead and strive for your pointer and middle finger to be bent. If that's strenuous on your hand, you got it, shaka. And take your ring finger, go ahead and close your right nostril. I'll say it one more time. Left hand in front of you, left ring finger is going to close your right nostril. Breathe in through your left nostril, plug with your thumb. Exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Close. Exhale through the left. Inhale through the left. Close. Exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Close. Exhale through the left. Again, in through the left. Close. Exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Close. Exhale through the left. Let your hands rest on your thighs and feel the sensations of this pranayama as it runs through you. Stillness. Eyes can open. I hope that you can hear the birds that are chirping at my house. They're very loud for me. I hope you can enjoy them. As we settle into our list, I would like you to find a more relaxed seat. So that can mean leaning back in your seat. That can mean crossing at the legs, crossing at the ankles. Find yourself truly comfortable. And once you find yourself leaning back, we will start to visualize. Everyone visualizes differently. Some like to keep their eyes open and kind of find a focal point and daydream as they look around. And others like to look inward. There's no wrong way to do it. As you start to visualize the piece of paper that you wrote on, I want you to see your notebook. I want you to see the columns of things in your control, and I want you to see the columns of things that are out of your control. Hold this piece of paper in front of you. Energetically and spiritually paint that picture. And as you hold that paper in front of you, at the top of your paper, you're going to rip it in half, and it's going to perfectly rip down the seam. So rip your paper in half, and now visualize in one hand you have the things you can control. And in another hand, you have the things that you cannot control. This paper has now been separated. The things that are in your control, you'll smile, you'll fold up that piece of paper and slip it in your back pocket, because that's your homework for today. The things, the baby steps that you can take to alleviate the things that bring you true anxiety. Now we have the half piece of paper of the things that are out of your control. You're looking at that list. You're taking that piece of paper and you're crumpling it up. Watch yourself, maybe feel your fist start to close around that piece of paper and squish it in tight. Hold your list in a tight fist in your right hand and sit here with this. Your list of things that should no longer serve you, that do not deserve to take up space in your body and mind, have been compacted into your fist. Holding tightly, you take a journey outside. As you visualize yourself stepping outside to a beautiful bonfire pit in your backyard. Some of you might already have this, so the image will come quite easily to you. If you don't have a fireside in your backyard, you sure do now. So see yourself standing in front of this bonfire. It's raging, it is lit, it is warm. You can feel the warmth of the lapping flames as they ebb and flow. This fire has been waiting for you outside. Take your crumpled piece of paper, place it between your palms as you set your intention for practice today. As you squish together the things that no longer serve you, you set your intention to have clear and conscious communication with yourself for the rest of the day. To fully take charge of the things that you have control over, and to burn to the ground the things that do not serve you. You'll open your palms, you'll blow your piece of paper. Think of your strong pranayama, pushing that crumpled piece into the flames, and I want you to watch it burn. Close your eyes. See the piece of paper slowly start to disappear. Watch it catch fire. Watch it burn. Watch it turn to ashes. Thank your fire as you spend your last moments in front of it. Wish it well. Thank you for always having a burning incinerator in your backyard, right? You are only a few steps away from creatively stepping outside and burning things that you no longer need. Your fire continues to be stoked as you come back into your house, your home, your meditative state. And we join one another with our hands at heart center. You're going to press your thumbs into your sternum. Really active spine. A few twists as you exhale. Look to the right. Breath in, come back to center. Exhale to the left. We take two more. Warm up your core just a bit before we enter into our sacred Shavasana. And back to center. Why do I do core work right before Shavasana? I was trained and truly believe through my practice that when you warm up your core, you really do have an easier time settling into a meditative state because we hold so much anxiety in our stomach. If you feel your anxiety in your stomach, you are an excellent candidate to do a little bit more core work today. I'm going to show you how to do a supported bridge. Or a supported boat is what I mean. Let's turn to one side. And you can hold on to any part of your chair. You can hold on to the base of your chair, the back of your chair. Just be sure that you feel stable, so give yourself a little rock. Your chair does not have wheels on it, right? Then you're going to lift your feet up into your boat pose. Hold on to the chair if you need it. If you're looking to build on, one hand can reach out in front of you. We will be holding here for a bit. So find your pranayama. Little tuck of the chin to make your neck nice and long. Still breathing. If you have yet to try, take your hands off of your chair. See what you can do on your own. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Feet down to the floor. Come on up to standing. Press the hips forward. Salute the sun. Open mouth, exhale. And we'll take our seat. Scan the body. Feel the effects of your practice so far. Our work here is almost through. Do not sell yourself short on your meditative state. Feet are sealed down. Lean back in your seat. Turn your palms face up. We align breath to movement. So as you inhale, press your thumb and your pointer finger together. And as you exhale, release. As you breathe in, press your thumb and middle finger together. Exhale, release. Inhale, press the ring and thumb finger together. Exhale, release. Inhale, press the pinky and thumbs together. Exhale, release. Make tight fists. Squeeze your hands as tight as you can. Exhale, release. Thumb and pointer finger together. Press, breathe in. Exhale, release. Middle finger and thumb. Push. Exhale, release. Press into your ring finger. Breath in. Exhale, release. Press into your pinky finger. Breathe in. Exhale, release. Tight fists, squeeze them in. Exhale, release. Hands to heart center. Press your thumbs into your sternum. Eyes stay closed. Bring to the forefront of your mind a loved one in your life that is always cool, calm, and collected. I'm sure there is someone that you know that just always seems to keep their cool. They don't sweat the small stuff. They inspire you. And as you see their face, you thank them. Thank you for inspiring me to take care of myself. Thank you for keeping it all together and showing me how it's done, right? And then most importantly, acknowledge that the person who seems carefree, who carries it all so well, has the same list of anxieties that you do. Uniquely their own. They have the same struggles. They have the same search of finding kindness. And that there's truly an ebb and flow, a left and a right to this human experience. Perhaps you are surrounded by others that are fully cool, calm, and collected so they can show you how it's done. And perhaps you are surrounded by incredibly anxious people so you can show them how it's done. We are a mirror to that loved one. Again, see their face, maybe give them a hug, wish them well, hold their hand. Thank those cool cucumbers in your life for showing us how it's done. The light, the teacher in me, is so honored to guide the teacher and the light in you. You'll lift your hands up to the forehead. Inhale. Namaste. Bow forward. Breathe out. Thank you so much, yogis. Our meditative state is through. However, I hope you are able to take this with you for the rest of your day. Go ahead and grab your notebook, and you have a few choices to make. Would you like to truly rip your piece of paper in half and light it on fire? If you're going to light it on fire, just use safe practices, right? No open flames over your stove top to do this, right? Go ahead and rip your paper in half. You can crumple it up and throw it out. I highly suggest getting rid of it, for sure. Keep the notes that you need. Keep your truths. Maybe write a new list that you are ready to relinquish. And truly enjoy the effects of doing so. Burning things is an incredibly sacred ritual. All of the lineages and lives before us have honored incinerating things. Heat brings us life, heat brings us food, heat brings us cleanliness through the body. And it is important to burn in our furnace. And today is a great way to activate your spiritual furnace. Get that list going, crumple it up, sayonara, get rid of it, and see if that really does help you with your anxieties for the rest of the day. If they don't, you are not alone. I know firsthand how anxieties can be crippling, so please reach out to me if you need any further resources, as I am happy to send you some of my favorite tools to curb my anxiety, because more often than not, anxieties need to be sat with. We can try and get rid of them. We can throw them away. We can release what no longer serves us, but at the end of the day, if that anxiety is still sitting right on top of your heart, I know it's uncomfortable. We must get comfy in the uncomfortable. Sit with that anxiety. 5 whole minutes. Sit there, hold it in the forefront of your mind. It clearly deserves your attention because it's the only thing that you can think about. Once you have noticed this anxiety come up, be proud that you've noticed that you're not in the present moment, that you're not quite with us, and reel it back. Start over, start again, start anew. Remind yourself of the things that you are going to do to show yourself kindness today. If you are unsure how to do so, you're going to get off this video. You're going to do your own work, which might be cleaning your kitchen. You're going to drink a full glass of water all the way, drink it all, you won't regret it, and you're going to send a love beam to someone in your life. Perhaps that person that is cool as a cucumber that we talked about, send them a text, give them a call, or if you're married to them, let them know how much you really appreciate them, how much life they bring to you, and that when you meditate, they're one of the first souls that come up. How special that is. So thank you for joining me today, yogis. I love spending time with you here. Please reach out to connect, and I will see you soon. Namaste.